Hello, my name is Jason Alea, and I'll be conducting an interview with Claire, who is a cosplayer, and I'm going to be asking a few questions about her time being a cosplayer and all the integral details that goes into all the costumes that she has done.
Hi, my name's Claire. I run the Clairvoyantcosplay account on Instagram. I have been cosplaying for 2 years, and I do anything from anime to pop culture to just fun outfits.
And I love all the outfits you've done. You are really talented.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What was your introduction to the cosplay community, and how did it get you started into cosplaying characters from other media?
Sure. So the first time I started cosplaying was, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, and it was at my local college's library. It was hosted through the Japanese Anime Culture Society club, and I decided that I had seen cosplay around through TikTok or Instagram, and I wanted to try it. So I ordered a costume off of Amazon, used my regular hair, bought a costume for my dog too, and we went to the library to go.
That's sweet.
We entered the costume contest, and I got beat by my dog. So did everyone else there. Since then, I saw everyone there. I wanted to work on getting my skill up to where they were, because there was one girl with a really cool foam Loki helmet. There were other people who had cosplays, and I decided that I wanted to make this my hobby. From that original costume, I am now 5 versions later to my finished product, and it's taken me 2 years to get there. That's where I started, a little small town called Martin in Tennessee.
Those sound like some humble beginnings right there. And being beaten out by an animal, I can't imagine how everyone else must have felt when that has happened.
I didn't expect him to win. I felt bad. We got beat by my own dog.
But it's easy. Dogs are adorable. I have a beagle at home, and she's the sweetest thing in the world. Okay, she can have the entire world if she wanted to.
Definitely an easy judge's choice.
As for my second question, what has been your favorite part of being able to cosplay in terms of crafting, designing costumes from film and media, etc., television? What has been your favorite aspect? What has been your favorite aspect into the craft?
My main things that I do is I style wigs and I design makeup for certain characters. But some of the most interesting things about putting one media into real life, like animation, for example, nothing is going to directly translate to clothes. Animation doesn't show you texture. Animation doesn't show you how long things are, how they look in the 3D view. And so it's up to the designer or the cosplayer to decide what they think that looks like. And with that, it ends up being very different for each person who designs this, even if it's the same character. I do a lot of wig styling, and I take a lot of creative liberty with my wigs. They're usually the right color and relatively shaped, but it's really important to me that I have a unique take on my characters.
Yeah, it's for you to be able to stand out and showcase that this is your own work that no one else is able to replicate. It's always good to have some part of yourself into the cosplay at least, and be able to showcase that this is you and this is what you can do.
Exactly. It's also about telling your own story and your own point of view about it,
yeah, too. And to be able to have your voice out there for people to listen to, for them to understand your story, your creativity. It's going to have the whole creative space of anything you do have a lot more versatility, and that's what's important. We need more creatives that are able to have their own unique voice out there, have the world, because that's what keeps people interested in your stories, your work, and it's going to be all the more appreciated.
Absolutely. And I've met so many different creative people. The Hazbin Hotel fandom itself is very diverse in what we think each character would be or look like or act like, and it's really fun seeing each other come together and discuss these interesting views.
Yeah, especially with Marvel, DC, like a lot of fandoms nowadays, I feel like are a lot more inviting. I wouldn't say all of them actually. Like there are some that are just weird, but there's a lot more, I feel, fandoms and creativity out there that are welcoming towards everyone now, and that just brings in more room for creativity, for more ideas, for people to express themselves in creative ways. And it's going to be really exciting how that progresses forward in the future to hear more voices. As for my third question, what has been your most challenging cosplay you have done so far, or your most challenging project?
So my most challenging project was working on Velvet from Hazbin Hotel. She has an incredibly complicated wig that has prosthetics that I built in. It was 3 wigs sewn together of various colors, and as well as her outfit challenged me or technically because I don't know how to sew with the sewing machine. And so the biggest issue or the biggest difficulty I had with her is learning to ask for help in the ways that I just can't do it. Yes, I could have learned how to use a sewing machine and do that, but I instead reached out to some friends to help me learn how to sew, as well as for them to show me the best way for technical skill on how to apply stripes to an already sewn pair of pants.
I saw a few photos and videos of your Velvet cosplay, and I thought it all turned out really beautiful. It was a really well put together cosplay that I felt really did capture the character and your own voice in a way, especially the wig. I love the way it was designed. It was great.
Thank you. I knew I wanted something that I could move around in, whereas I've seen a lot of ones that are really huge, and it's size accurate to the character and animation, but it's just not logical to have that in a big convention center.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm very much happy with the way mine turned out versus ones I've seen.
Because if you have a really big hairdo like that, the character was designed in the show, you're gonna be bumping into people left and right.
It's not probable.
Yeah,
and it's just not convenient.
Yeah, and it's probably going to accidentally damage if it bumps into too many things somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
and I did not want to deal with that.
I'm guessing that this helped you understand that you had to be able to be realistic with your designs and how not everything can be translated well from one medium to another.
Absolutely. It's also about comfort too. A lot of us cosplayers go to conventions, and conventions are 12 to 14 hour events that we have to be comfortable. We have to avoid heat stroke. We have to avoid getting tired. I needed something that would last all day, and something that has a 4-foot wingspan is not gonna last.
Yeah, that's understandable. I remember at one convention I went to, I believe it was Dragon Con, I was as Punisher, and I had a long leather jacket, and it was really hot outside constantly, so I could barely get outside in the thing. I had to take it off a lot of times whenever I go outside. Inside is not that bad, but even still.
We have to be careful. We have to consider what materials we use.
Otherwise, it's going to be a safety problem for us. And we all know that's the last thing we want is for one of us to pass out, hit our head accidentally, or anything like that, have any issues. It's always important to put yourself first, apart from anything else.
Absolutely. It is not worth it to ruin your feet forever to make a pair of shoes work. I've seen, just wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah, I understand. I only wear my tennis shoes sometimes, and maybe some black work shoes if they fit the cosplay that aren't too bad to wear.
A lot of the female characters have to wear 6-inch heels, and that's just not happening in Atlanta, Georgia, or something.
Oh yeah, definitely not. You gotta walk a lot of places in downtown Atlanta where a lot of these conventions are at. Yeah, it's not possible. I can't imagine walking around in heels everywhere. I still don't understand how Claire from Jurassic World ran from a T-Rex in heels. Yeah, it somehow happened.
Absolutely, right? Unrealistic.
Yeah, but somehow the actress made it work in real life, so is it really unrealistic if she actually did do it?
It was a short run.
Yeah, short run, maybe a few takes.
Not a real T-Rex.
Yeah, not a real T-Rex. And that's why they slowed it down purposefully. The illusion. As for my fourth question, do you have any favorite cosplayers that inspired you to get into cosplay?
I have so many cosplayers that inspired me to not only get into cosplay, but to improve and grow it as a cosplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many friends that I've met through here, but I guess I would really want to mention Ozprint on Instagram, VashTBH on Instagram, and Skeptic Cosplay on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All these people mean so much to me, but also my mentor. I don't know I'll send you his handle to put here,
yeah.
But his name's Cheesy, and he has been my mentor for 2 years. I met him at my first big convention at MomoCon.
Mm-hmm.
And just a big shout out to him. Every time I have a new idea, I run it by him. And he's about the same level as cosplayer as I am now. But it's been so nice to have encouragement with everything I do.
Yeah.
But big shout out to him. I'm his biggest fan.
I feel like being able to look at someone at least in their work and see just how creative they are is a good help for you and a good inspiration for you to be like, if this person who has a lot of same interests as me and is doing what I want to do can make it out there, I can do that too. My inspiration in terms of film, I watch a lot of Spielberg movies since I was a kid, so it's his movies that push me forward to want to become a filmmaker and a film director. And again, I have to learn to have my own voice, but I always look at his movies, what he's done, and learn from that. And not just that, but from other videographers. I met a few videographers and people during these conventions that do a lot of good video work and photography that also inspire me as well. It's not just big celebrities. It's like people who actually work this as a job that aren't as well known to the world, but are so creative that you just want to be able to keep pushing forward like they are. And I feel
Absolutely.
and also being able to meet some of these people is also an awe-inspiring thing in a way. Be able to communicate with them, be in touch with them, and they'll possibly be able to help you out in some way, be able to
Absolutely.
get advice from those people also, as well as a really great thing to know what they've done and how they're able to do what they do.
Absolutely. I love the technical skills that my friends have taught me and helped me with. But it's just the part of the community to be we're all growing together. It's not that one person has all this knowledge and we have to do it the exact same way they do. It's that we all help each other learn and put our own unique spin on it.
That is a thing that I feel like every sort of creative, no matter what they do, should be able to understand. It's always good to have inspiration, be able to get help, and be able to communicate with others. It's all a group effort, and we got to keep building that community and share ideas, not steal, but be able to share and understand each other, to be able to have the sort of content that we want to do and push forward with our own projects and passions and just express ourselves in a lot of creative ways. And it's always real joy to be able to meet people who greatly inspire you in that regard, whether they're celebrity or not, or just your average Joe down the street. Even a person like that can inspire you a lot, I feel.
Absolutely. In the end, we're all just people. We're all just different creative people doing different things.
And as for my last question for today, what has been the craziest moment you've experienced out of any of the conventions you've attended in cosplay? Anything like that.
Oh, my phone keeps breaking. But genuinely, the most wild or spontaneous thing I've ever done in cosplay was I was walking down an aisle in DragonCon last year, and I heard a guy playing the theme song of the character I was cosplaying, and I just started doing a choreographed dance that I had taught myself in a bathroom. And all of a sudden the guy comes out of nowhere with a camera and was like, everybody stop, we have to do this, I want to film it. And that was you. And
Yeah,
so
I remember
he
that.
proceeded to stop traffic, pull everyone over, grab this random person with a speaker that neither of us knew. And we filmed the entire music video out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the perspective on that, and like, as someone who, I practiced that dance for, one day maybe I'll perform it on stage, but I've never had like an actual version of it. And so I was able to get that and meet new people and make new connections. And it was so much fun, and it was so random. And there was just like a crowd of people around me. I felt like a movie star.
Oh my goodness. You're going to make me blush. I remember that moment vividly as well. Like, once I saw your Angel Does cosplay, and I was really impressed by it, but when I saw that you were doing a dance, I wanted to take the opportunity to do a music video of sorts. So I want to get everyone out of the way, have like a little circle, be like, everyone, this girl's doing an amazing job. I need the space to be able to shoot a 360 music video, all one take, you with the music, come over here, we're doing this shit, run it back. And yeah, that was going on in my mind. Like, I wanted the chance to be able to do something like that. But yeah, that was like the craziest thing I remember, and it was a vivid moment too that I wanted to take the opportunity to be able to do. And it all turned out really well at the end after I posted it and edited it all. It was a great project. I worked on a few music stuff before, and that one had to be my favorite music video I've done so far in terms of all my projects I've done, really.
Well, I had done a couple lip syncs, but nothing like that. And honestly, it was incredible. Your editing was phenomenal.
Thank you so much. It was like your lip syncing barely had to be sped up or anything like that. It all matched beautifully. And
I'm a nerd. I practiced.
Yeah, I can imagine that too. I gotta lip sync a lot of stuff myself. I'm not a lip sync or anything. I just do it by myself or fun in the bathroom, or if I feel like I want to geek out. Yeah, it's always fun to like be able to like do that to some of your favorite songs. But yeah, that was one of my favorite moments in Dragon Con as well, was meeting you.
Aw, that's very sweet.
I am so happy that we were able to record this interview and being able to see you again. Thank you for taking the time of your day to answer some of these questions. And yeah, it was really fun talking to you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I look forward to seeing you again at another con.
Yep, definitely at MomoCon. We'll see each other again soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
Look forward to new content. All right, bye.
Bye.